I used to record really informal video blogs, and because I would just be like sitting in front of my computer and I would just put on iMovie and just talk to the iMac, and I was doing it all the time, at least once a week, and it was not a problem. And for some reason now, when I'm in front of the camera, I get really uncomfortable. I'm just much more comfortable behind the camera these days, which is kind of the point of today's blog. So I'm having a little bit of a creative crisis. Ever since moving to California, I've really hankered down on a bunch of filmmaking related projects. I wrapped up the Utopian Foundation, my webcomic sequel to the Utopian webcomic. That's done. So I got that out of the way. I was mentally cleared to start other projects. I have like 2 different television pilots that I am working on right now. Then I also have a concept for a true crime series, or it might be a true crime documentary. I did pitch it to a development person who liked the concept, but it wasn't the right timing. And then I'm also starting pre-production on a documentary, which several of you probably know about because I've reached out to you for interviews or for footage or for stories or whatever the case may be, because I'm better equipped to do documentary filmmaking right now than I am to do like fictional narrative filmmaking. Mainly it's just a resource thing, but also that's my core competency, I feel like. I worked on a short film a few years ago, and that was really a mock documentary anyway. I did a kind of faux TV pilot for a reality series, and that also was basically documentary style, right? So my background as a journalist, it makes sense that that's the type of storytelling that I'm probably best at. Anyway, so I've got all these projects going on, and I keep coming up with all these ideas, and I keep starting new things, and I'm very used to just like doing something and putting it together and putting it out immediately. And you can't really do that in the film world. Like, you either have a script, and then you have to get financing, and then you have to, get a crew, and the studio, and it's all this stuff. Even if you're just doing what I'm doing, which is like starting pre-production on an independently funded documentary, it's still okay. I have to do interviews, I have to get footage, I have to get B-roll, I have to do research, I have to get archival material. There's all these components, and it takes a long time. Like, making a decent documentary takes a lot of effort and time, even if it doesn't take as much money as like shooting a feature. I put everything else on hold right now creatively. Aside from what's paying the bills, I stopped working on comics. I stopped playing music. I've been buying a whole lot of gear, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but I needed it. I'm trying not to go crazy with it, although I've had my friggin' heart set on a Panasonic GH4, which is the previous version of the GH5, which is the current model, but the GH4 I could get for half the price, less than half the price. I could get for a quarter of the price, and it produces beautiful 4K cinematic quality digital video. If anyone's ever wondering what they want to get me for my birthday, y'all put it together. 1,000 people at $1 each. That'll get me the body, and I'll just get the lens myself. It's cool, or vice versa. You can buy the lenses, and I'll buy the body. Anyway, I'm just frustrated right now because I feel like I'm not putting anything out in the world, and I'm not used to that. Like, I'm used to at least like going to a bar and playing a show, or posting a webcomic every week, or doing a comic show, or doing something, writing an article, and I'm not doing any of that. And it's really like, I am trying to focus on the long game, but the long game for someone like me who gets really easily distracted and also requires a lot of external validation, to be perfectly honest, it's difficult for me. But I'm trying to be more mindful and just really get things done, just go, okay, it's okay that no one's seeing anything right now, as long as I can just focus in and do the work, because if you don't put in the work, you don't get the results. My body is an example. That's why we're only shooting from here up today. Also, I've got a lav mic that's hidden below the camera, but now you know it's there. So, movie magic. So that's it. Hope you're having an awesome weekend. See you on the internet.